Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our quick drop-in with our mental health hacks. Today, I am so excited to have my friend Tim Wagner on. He's a breathwork alchemist. Tim, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh, Petra, what a pleasure to be speaking with you. I love this platform, and thanks so much for putting it together for everybody.
My absolute pleasure. It's been so great. It's been overwhelming sometimes because of the amount of extra effort and time that it's taken. So I'm so glad that I've personally got so many tools. And one of these tools, which we take for granted, I don't think we even think about it until someone needs to give us CPR, is probably the only time we actually have to actively think about it. And of course, I'm talking or referring to our breath, our very life force. So I'm so excited to discuss this with you. And if someone's watching thinking, what has this got to do with our mental, emotional, physical health? If you think of it just in a small way, I know when I start feeling anxious and overwhelmed, when I'm starting to get that feeling almost come up in my body, because I'm so attuned with my body now, as soon as I feel that, I literally push my chair back or wherever I am, change position, and it's a breath. And already that calms my whole nervous system down. So I'm excited to find out more from you, Tim. What has brought you into this journey? What do you do as a breathwork alchemist, and why is it so important to our mental health?
Thanks a lot. Brilliant question. And yes, I love your analogy there. When you're feeling that moment of stress and anxiety, you push your chair back and you just take that moment. And if anybody's listening and you resonate to what Petra's talking about, you just had that horrible client call, the kids have gone and done something again, the dog ate the rabbit, and you're just sitting there. Close your eyes, close your mouth, and just for 1 minute, breathe through your nose, because when you're breathing through your nose, it calms your nervous system and it automatically acts as a natural way to reduce your stress and anxiety. I didn't used to know this. I was a corporate guy for 27 years. I had no idea about breathing. We breathe 20 to 25,000 times a day. But like you said, how often do you think about it? I never used to. And it was over 3 years after I left the corporate world. I was in hospitality. And I left there because of the incessant amount of stress I was under. It was building up over years. And I was on the verge of burnout. But I didn't know what burnout was back then. I thought stress was something, it's life, it's business, get on with it, suck it up, deal with it.
You muscle through it, yeah.
And I came across breathing by complete default. I wasn't looking for it. But when I realized the positive impact by just changing how you breathe can have on your life, I started to realize what was a primary cause of my stress when I was in the corporate space, and that there is actually something you could do about it. This led me on a completely different life journey. I mean, Petra, hospitality for 27 years. And now 27. I talk about breathing and mental awareness and mindfulness around breath work.
Sure. That's awesome. It's so great that you've found something else that is helping you create more space and ease in your life. And I think with so many people watching, and I've been that as well, or been there as well in the corporate field or in the business world. And, some people absolutely thrive on it. And I thrived while I was there, but there were factors that didn't work for me. And I think the important thing is see what is working and what isn't working, what is bringing us stress in an environment, and either are we choosing it or not. And I know you had something to share around our environments that we're in.
That's one of my biggest clarity realizations that I had, because as I started to investigate breathing more and I started to clear out a lot of the fog which was hanging in my brain and the trauma and anxiety which is trapped as energy in our bodies, once I started to release this and let it go, and the clarity came, I started to realize it was not the business around me that was causing me stress. That had never changed. I'd run that business for 7.5 years. Yes, it was stressful, 24 hours a day, etc. But that wasn't different. What was different was how I was reacting to stressful situations. So the question comes is, how do you turn a stressful situation into just a situation?
Yes.
So, let's see. What is one thing that, Petra, that you love doing? You love
Dancing.
dancing. When you're dancing, how do you feel?
Ah, just so free and energized and fun. I'm having so much fun, and there's a sense of lightness and ease and playfulness, and everything else
Beautiful.
disappears.
Everything. Right. Do you know anybody who thinks exactly the opposite about dancing and will avoid it?
100%.
Right.
A few.
I'm one of them. How do those people feel about dancing?
Oh, good grief. I've literally just tried to invite a friend of mine to an event in a few weeks' time, and he's just like, there's no ways he's going to do that. He'll cringe. It's too embarrassing for him.
Embarrassing, stressed, fearful, worried, they'll procrastinate, they'll avoid it. The same situation, two very different reactions.
Yes.
So this is when I started to connect and went, but hang on. The business I was running hadn't changed. I had changed. I was no more finding fulfillment, joy, excitement, energy. It wasn't energizing me anymore. And so I started to connect and go, but hold on. If this is not one of the primary causes of stress in many business professionals, be it that you're in corporate or you have your own business, when you're operating so far away, it's like that elastic band is being stretched and your authentic self is on one side and the stressed one is over here. But the further you walk away, or you working harder and tougher and it's difficult, you got to make money and deadlines and all these, but it's not what you're passionate about. If you keep staying in that state, that elastic band is going to snap.
Yeah.
And that's burnout.
Yes.
Years to get there. But when you're there, everything's over.
You can't just take a weekend off. 2 or 3 days is not going to fix it.
Many people I've spoken to have hit burnout. I managed to avoid it. I got out. But many people I've heard between 4, 5, or 6 years before they get their health back. Because burnout is when your entire system crashes and said, that's it. Here's another lesson I learned. Stress is a sign. When your body's reacting to it and you're feeling tired and lethargic, you wake up with foggy brain, you're feeling stressful, you get angry quickly. Those are signs. And if we start to listen to the signs, we'll see the warnings.
Yes.
But we typically don't listen to the signs and we plug on. Stress is a part of business, is life, get on with it. But when you do plug on, what your body's telling you is, stop, hold on. This is not right. It's not who you are. This is not good for you. And if you don't listen to your body, oh, firework.
That is awesome. If anyone was looking for a sign, that was it. What Dick is about to say is going to change your world.
Fireworks.
That's brilliant. Oh my goodness, that's brilliant.
I don't know. What I was going to say is not fireworks, but the opposite.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah, so this is where we deal with. And here's the thing that I've learned now. It's all avoidable.
Yes. Yeah. If we're paying attention, right?
We're paying attention. 100%.
Amazing. So Tim, this work that you do with breathwork, can you share a little bit more about what it is? What does a breathwork session or journey look like with you? Because I'm sure a lot of people don't actually understand what it looks like, and they might be keen to try it out, but this is all new and foreign. So if you can just introduce this and take us on a quick little journey.
If you go to Google and you type in breathwork for stress release, you'll come up with various different modalities from meditation, yoga, a lot of these traditional ways, as well as breathing techniques, which I call breath hacks. These are your 60-second breathing styles that you can either lift you if you're tired or calm you if you're stressed. And there's even ones to help you sleep better, which is quite amazing. Now, those are fantastic. And they'll help you in that moment. So they're very good to have in your arsenal of reactions. Train yourself when you don't need them so that when that stressful circumstance comes, or you're about to step on stage or do a presentation, that you can just calm yourself and center. But that's brilliant. But it's like taking a Panado for a migraine. You're treating the symptom, not the cause. Now, that was a big difference for me. I don't want to just say to people, well, let's help you breathe and you can go through your day a little bit better, la-di-da. No, let's have a look at it. What is the trigger? Is it your career? Is it trauma from before? Is it an incessant buildup over years of stress and anxiety? Where does this actually come from that you're triggered to a stressful situation when somebody else isn't? It's because it's internal. See, stresses are external. How we react is an emotional response, which is stress. So I went and studied with some guys out of Bali, what's called transformational breath work. I want to transform people. I want to have people who literally change in order to be able to live more fulfillment, with more clarity, with more energy on an ongoing basis. So what I do is I work on what's called holotropic breathing. So it's a deep guided session. Do you do meditation, Petra?
Yes.
You meditate. Great.
And interesting what you're saying there, because I meditate and I know so many people struggle meditating. So I'm excited to bring these two together.
Right. Now, combine meditation with deep guided voice using NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, talking to the subconscious mind to deprogram the habits, the traumas, anxiety, the triggers, which you don't want, with music. Means that the people who often struggle to get out of their head, which prevents you from meditating. I know many people say, but I can't meditate. My brain goes like this all the time. Monkey chat.
Yes.
Okay. So in the style that I do, it's like meditation on steroids. It truly is, because it'll take you from normal beta brainwave state, which is a normal brainwave, to alpha when you're in a good meditation or a creative mode, you're in alpha. It takes you to theta. And in theta, that's the subconscious mind, which means that your active thinking mind, that chatter we all have that keeps us awake at night often, the things to do lists, the negative talk, you're silly, you're stupid, you're fat, you're ugly, you can't do this, all of that incessant, which is all lies.
Of course.
It puts you to sleep, so then you can relax. In that way, your body can naturally be placed in a position to heal itself.
Sure. Wow.
It's powerful. We've got the most amazingly gifted healing machines, but we get in the way. We don't allow it to heal itself.
Well, isn't it because we no longer operate and live from how we were created and designed? So the stress that we live in is not natural. And, you know, we always use the example of fight or flight when we related to the ancestors and, you know, when there was the saber-toothed tiger, et cetera, stress was short-lived. The cortisol came through your body and you needed it in that moment to escape the saber-toothed tiger. But now, and especially in some areas in the world, I know here in Cape Town, I'm in Johannesburg, but there is a different beast in terms of stress. There's a different, like an animal, where when it's go, 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 and also being online all the time, we're expected to be switched on all the time. So unless we're our phones, the devices. So what I love about the work you're doing is unless we actively choose to make time to pause, to make time to breathe, to make time to distance ourselves from whatever we are experiencing that is creating the stress or impacting us in a negative way, we're just going to get sicker and sicker, mentally, emotionally, physically. So I love what you're saying here, and that it's not just a sidebar, it's an active choice and decision to do this work.
But here's the point. We're not aware of this incessant buildup. It takes time.
Yes. Yeah.
So you begin to, if you look back, if you're a person, you're listening to this and you're in a pretty stressed state, you're anxious, you're struggling to sleep, all these things that we're speaking about, and you relate and go, that's me. And you had to look back 10 years ago. Were you the same? It's unlikely because it builds over time. It creeps up. Hitting burnout doesn't happen overnight. This is years of turmoil. And this is where it turns to disease. And you'll go to the doctor and he'll say, you got high blood pressure and give you a pill, or you got a heart problem, give you a pill, or you're depressed. You are depressed. Here's a pill. Yeah. All it does is mask. Yeah. But how often are you asked, well, how much stress are you under? There's an underlying cause of so much dis-ease is as a result of stress.
Yes.
But you only find it in your 50s and your 60s, it comes up. Yes, some people before, but the majority.
Yeah.
That's where the keys, then the signs come up. You've done the damage.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Identify it early. Do something about it now, because as you said, it is a choice. And this is why I've changed my entire business model. If I knew in 2018 what I knew now, how different would my life be? So I can't go back. But what if I could take this information and share it with those working in high-stress positions, be it corporate, be it in your own business, a solopreneur, very lonely place, a very stressful environment, and say, right, let's do something about it now.
Yeah.
Increase your clarity. Make sure that you can calm as you need to, and you can focus on your creativity, whether you're an author, an artist, a speaker, you have your own nail salon. It doesn't matter. You need to be able to be thinking completely free and open. And when you're stressed, not so possible. It's just not possible.
No. We can only create from a place of relaxation. Anything else is forcing an outcome out of need and have to, which then contract us, and we don't have that openness and that space to create. And like you're saying, creating is creating our lives, it's creating our businesses. It's not staying stagnant where, okay, I've got a business and now it's just going to run. What are you creating to expand it and reach new people and whatever that is? So this deep state of relaxation, I don't think we give that enough credit. We don't prioritize that.
It's not something that is part of our education system. You're not taught it at school, by our families. Universities don't teach you how to handle and to deal with this. In the East, I've got a number of people that I work with in India. There's a very different story. The culture is quite different there, although I've been told it's changing. But if we just have a look in South Africa, in Europe, Australia, US, Canada, it's not part of a discussion.
Yeah.
And this is why it's so important to get the message out, and for people like yourself to invite me to come along and share the message. Just to touch one person's life is already a blessing and a brilliant start.
Absolutely. Oh, Tim, I love that. And it's exactly what you said about if it just helps one person. The work I do with my charity about just one thing. So if we can help just one person watching this today, and it transforms the way that you live and transforms your body to release the dis-ease, so that you're able to live a fuller life with ease and joy and happiness and reconnect with your being. And that's what it's about. Tim, where can people find you and the work that you do, this incredible work?
Thank you. Well, easiest way, tim@professionalpointer.com, my email address. But I've also got, what I'd like to offer is actually a copy of my new ebook that I've got out.
Thank you.
From Burnout to All Out. So I'd love to share that with everybody who's listening. And we'll put that link there. Grab it. There's a lot of information in there. Also, those breath hacks, those 60-second ones that I spoke about. Pick one or two of them that resonate with you. Learn it. Practice. It's breathing. You can't overbreathe. Well, you can, but not in this environment, not this way. And then there's also access to finding out what I'm talking about with the transformational journeys.
Beautiful.
Reach out to me. Come and join one of the sessions. And
they're so great.
To have that transformation. You want to create a new platform for life, not just today, but the future. So glad to have that. Greatest pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tim. I'm so excited for everyone to dive in, to check you out. We'll share all the links in the show notes, and reach out to Tim. Tell him that I say hi. And please comment below if this is something new, if you've ever tried breathwork before, or let us know what you're thinking, how you're feeling, so that we can create more around what it is that's going to support you. Tim, thank you for being here. I'm so grateful and looking forward to dropping in one of your breathwork sessions.
Always welcome. Petra, you're a star. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Thanks, everyone.
Ciao.